Hello, everyone. My name is Kristen, and welcome to my official after show for Whale Store XOXO. We just finished watching episode 5, and wow, I think before I started watching episode 5, I said something really stupid, like, everything's been going really well. I have a feeling things are about to get rocky, and they did in very strange ways. That's the thing. In ways that I didn't anticipate, and conflicts that came up seemed to get resolved very quickly, and that does make me happy, but it also makes me feel very unsettled because we are only in episode 5. So what does that mean? What is coming? Like, what is gonna happen? I don't know, and I'm really, really nervous. Okay, let's talk about the few main things that really happened. Number 1, I am shocked at how much I detest that new professor. For someone who really hasn't done anything too outwardly terrible, I hate her so much. She, to me, is a villain. She is the villain. And I really hope they don't try to humanize her. Like, can you just let us hate her? Can you just let us have this? Like, I just need someone to villainize. That's what I need. I need to villainize her because it helps. It helps me. It helps me in shows. I need to have something to kind of direct my anger towards. So I'm directing it towards her. So the one thing is she was definitely causing some conflict between Pinky and Babe, and I didn't like that. And I think she knew exactly what she was doing. I think that's what makes me so mad, is she gives the vibe that she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows what her actions are doing to the people around her, and they're done in such a sneaky, like, I don't know, big way. That's the worst way to explain it. That it doesn't, like, if you just look at it, it's not like, oh, she's doing this on purpose, but you know she's doing it on purpose. Oh, God, she makes me so mad. So she's definitely was causing a lot of conflict between Pinky and Babe, causing them to really fight for real. And luckily in this episode, even though they did fight and there was that conflict, they made up. And I absolutely love how they see each other and how they love each other and how they understand each other, even though it's really hard. Because Babe is like hurting because she wants their relationship to be open. And we now know that her family knows. It's just Pinky or Champu's family that doesn't. And I can see why that hurts her. We've talked about this already quite a bit. You can tell it hurts her, but I just love that the love that they have for each other is so understanding that she doesn't just write her off. Like, she understands, and I just love that. So I'm so glad that they've been able to make up. The other thing, the big elephant in the room, was the fact that we now know for a fact Nam's family does own Mousmart. She is the daughter of Mousmart, and she did not tell Juan for many reasons that I completely understand. But the way that Juan found out that Mao Nam is the daughter of Mousmart was through the professor in a really terrible, snarky, mean girl way. Her facial expressions, the way she delivered the lines, she knew exactly what she was doing. And I really feel like she is up to something so much bigger. And again, I'm getting so angry thinking about her character. So freaking angry. Are you guys mad? Like, am I overreacting? I feel like I'm not overreacting. Maybe I'm not reacting enough. Let's go with that. I don't think I'll ever have a example of a time I'm not reacting enough, but yeah. she makes me mad. So yes, she totally told Juan about Nam, and she knew. She 100% knew what she was doing, and that obviously caused some conflict, but I think it was more just like the fact that Nam didn't tell her. And I do love that, again, with the understanding and the communication we're getting, because these characters are grown women who are communicating with each other. They talked it through, and she talked about her feelings and listened to Mao Nam, and Mao Nam didn't excuse her actions, and they had this conversation, which was so fantastic, which ended with the cutest freaking confession that, like, ever. I loved it. I loved her calling her over, saying that she had something wrong with her CCTV, and then playing that clip where she's holding up the sign. I just thought that was the sweetest thing. The sweetest thing. And now they're girlfriends. I think I squealed even when I did watch the reaction. I am leaving the last point of conversation to the end. Louis, who's, funny enough, we never actually found out his character's name. So we're just going to call him Louis. We now know he is not related to Mao Nam in any way. He's probably just like a project manager, foreman type person for the construction company. Maybe he's going to be the manager of Mouse Mode. I don't know. But he's a dirtbag. I was so shocked. I 100% did not see that scene coming. So we have seen Juan and him interacting. She's very, very nice to him. I do understand why he thought she liked him, 100%. That's like literally the extent of what I thought it would be like awkward. Like, oh, sorry, bro, I like your sister. Because I was under the impression maybe that was Manam's brother or cousin. So I thought this is going to be so awkward. He's like, oh my gosh, like you guys are together? This is crazy. That's how I thought this was going to go down. Not that he would go full creepy psycho mode. That was so horrible. It made me so mad. I was so shocked. I honestly did not see it coming. And I felt so bad for her because she was just being really kind. And he obviously got the wrong idea. And instead of being a normal human and going like, oh man, this is so awkward. I'm so sorry. I thought you liked me. No hard feelings. I'm just gonna buy this drink or these snacks. Get out of your hair. Maybe we can just be friends. Cool. That's how a normal person would react. Not what he did. Like, what? It's scary to think how common that is. I don't even want to get into it. It makes me upset. I think we all know where we're on about this. But it's just interesting that this has kind of been the second example so far of harassment in this series. Like, we had the incident at Songkran with those men coming and like touching them and stuff, and now this one here. So it's very, very interesting because it's such a real depiction of like the realities of life that sometimes don't really show in a lot of shows. I don't know I don't want to get into it, to be honest, because it's just depressing. But yeah, if you've made it this far with me, thank you so much. I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't like to go too long on these videos, but this show, I don't know where we're going. I have zero theories, 0%, other than I don't think we've seen the last of Louis' character. I feel like the professor is definitely going to cause more chaos. And when Mouse Mart opens, I don't know what is going to happen. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Again, if you didn't notice, and if you haven't watched the interview Abby and I did with Milk and Love, please go and watch it. And I will see you at our next video on episode 6 for Whale Store.